Guys, coming in hot with this one. We're going to jump right into these splits before and after the Dallas Cowboys made some monster trades with Logan Wilson and Quinnon Williams, more so Quinnon Williams. Let's look at these numbers. Points per game allowed. This is week 1 through week 9. They were 31st. Total yards per game allowed. It was just crazy, bro. Almost 400 yards a game, 31st. Rush yards per game allowed, they were 29th. Takeaways, they were tied for 23rd. And sacks per game, they were tied for 17th. Enter one Quinnon Williams, enter one Logan Wilson. And the headliner, obviously, is Quinnon Williams. We're going to talk about him. But, guys, this is just a 2-week sample size, and you did play some bad offenses, but we're going to talk about it. Points per game allowed, 11th. Yards per game, 7th. The big one, rushing yards per game, 45. That's second in the NFL the last 2 weeks. Takeaways per game, you're 8th. And in sacks per game, you are 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, get Matt Eberflus better players. This is the results. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Footsdaking. I know that was a lengthy intro, but I had to get that off my chest. Listen, I have been very critical of Matt Eberflus, but I've always kept in my back pocket that some of these guys just weren't playing good football. I'm going to remain and keep saying that. I know you guys love Trevon Diggs. This is not me crapping on Diggs. I swear I'm not. But man and zone, the tape was not good. I did a whole piece on Kaiir Elam. He literally lost you games at times. He's no longer on the team. So you want Matt Eberflus to run his stuff with a team that is really sprinkled with a lot of Dan Quinn's players, their mindset. You want him to run his stuff with players that just weren't playing good football. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. You got him some good players, and the defense does look better. There are tangible things that you can hold on to. Do I still have questions about our edge pressures? I do. There were times, even last game, where these guys just weren't getting home, but you were playing a lesser quarterback, and that's why you put zone. Like, you could put zone out there against a guy like Jalen Hurts because he's going to struggle. His eyes are going to drop. And, oh, by the way, when you fix the middle of the defense and pressure is coming from the middle of that defense, a lot of quarterbacks' eyes are going to drop. They're going to start running around doing that type of stuff, and you'll probably see a lot of that. Playing a guy like Patrick Mahomes, they're going to have some issues on the offensive line as well, just like the Eagles were. A lot of teams towards the end of the season are going to have offensive line issues. So guess what? You have 3 beasts in the middle of that defense. You can get to this guy. This isn't about that. This is about the improvements on the defense. Let's talk about it. And before we do, I want to talk about Brunt. Brunt, you guys see that I am the biggest supporter for when it comes to Brunt workwear. I'm telling you guys now, I wear the hat all the time. I love the hat. You guys see me in pictures with that. I actually say, you know what, Foots, you got to switch it up a little bit because you always got the hat on. I love Brunt workwear. It's honestly kind of, dare I say, casual, smooth workwear in my opinion. You also see I got the boots. I'm going to always show you guys these boots. Now, these boots, my boots, they stay in the package. I'm going to tell you why. Because when I wear these joints, let me get these joints out the box. Oh, the packaging is legit, actually, guys. Oh, I'm struggling. Here we go. When I pull my joints out, bro, I hit the town in my boots. I'm telling you, I puts it on. So at the end of the day, Brunt workwear is awesome. Use code Footsdaking if you guys are shopping around Christmas time. If you want to, get your dad or your uncle some cool stuff. They have great stuff over there. Head over to bruntworkwear.com and use code Footsdaking. Get you a nice discount. Brunt, thank you for sponsoring this video. Okay, here we go. Number one, the biggest reason why the Cowboys have turned this defense around is good players. And number one on that list, you brought an all-pro and put him in the middle of your defense, and it's showing and it's tangible. And I think a lot of people thought of Quinnon Williams as just a run stopper. Yes, he is that, but he also had 8 pressures versus the Eagles on 30 pass sets. The guy has been outstanding. He gets upfield. He knows how to play the game. And just listen to what Sam Williams had to say about him when it comes to the leadership part of things.
Down 21-0, going into the half. What was communicated at halftime by the defensive staff that let you guys know that you guys need to go out there and take care of business? And then what was you guys' mentality as a team defensively when you guys went out in the second half?
Again, Quinnon Williams, he stepped up, he talked, he's like, man, I like it like this. We can go take it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want nothing, give it to me. If it, like, I didn't get here by getting stuff given to me. You know what I mean? So that turned up the whole defense. We broke it down before the coach even came out. Like, It's just the words he was saying, it made my heart beat fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just brought the juice and energy. Like, I just felt it from first play out. From the first play defense touched the field, we had that energy, and we did what we said we was going to do.
So that's Sam Williams basically saying, like, bro, Quinnon Williams was the one who turned me up. He was the one who basically said, like, when we were down in that game, like, just believe, just do what you need to do. There's no amount of money that you can pay for a guy who can come in, galvanize your locker room, and pretty much say, like, listen, guys, we aren't doing things the right way. We aren't playing this the right way. Or just do this. Y'all settle down. You guys saw on the sounds of the sideline how he was able to kind of mentor Donovan Ezaraku. Like, you need that type of stuff. And oh, by the way, he's still a great player. This isn't like some old vet who's on his way out the league, Calais Campbell's still playing good football. But the point is, you need those type of leaders on the field. He's not on a podcast. He's not, on Twitter looking for a hug after every game. No, he's actually doing tangible things in the locker room, pushing these guys. Quinnon Williams is 1,000% the biggest reason why this defense has turned around. It is what it is. But it also ties into what I'll talk about when it comes to Matt Eberflus and the scheme. Matt Eberflus needed a plugger in the middle of his defense. That's literally how he funnels and runs his defense. Number 2, competition. Guys, this is still sports. Cutting Kyer Elam, everybody on notice. If they would have just went out and said, you know what, we got Quinnon Williams, but we're looking at Kyer Elam and he can still, we think he's going to get better. No, they said no, absolutely not. He's not good enough. We're going to put Savone Revel out there. We're going to put Kalen Carson out there. We're going to move Bland around. We're going to do the things. And that's what they did. And guess what? That type of stuff, number one, it saves your locker room because it says, man, listen, we all watching the film. This dude isn't doing what he's supposed to do. Why is he playing? The players can feel that. This defensive staff and even Brian Schottenheimer, I like the precedent that they have set when it comes to if you don't do your job, you're not going to play. I've even said it when it comes to Diggs. Like, I want to see how they handle things when Diggs comes back because will he just jump right on the field over some of these guys who are at least doing what they're supposed to do? Another thing when it comes to competition, Oso Odigizua, he had a monster game versus the Eagles. But early on in the season, he was struggling. Now, some of that is scheme, and he's playing out of position. He's probably playing more reps than he should. He's a 3. Kenny Clark is a 3. Quinnon is Mr. Incredible, so he can do it all. But now that he's back where he's supposed to be, he saw Quinnon Williams walk through the door. He sees how he practices. You cannot tell me that this guy is like, man, I better get my stuff together. Yeah, Osa, you better. And you know what Osa did? He went out there and he locked in. Like, that's the essence of sports. Competition. If somebody comes in your room and they look like a dude, you better step it up. And that's what he's done. Competition is number 2. To me, it's the reason why, in these moves, it's the reason why you keep competition throughout the year. Because if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I'm going to find somebody who can. That's what the front office did. Number 2 is competition. Number 3, scheme. Matt Eberflus, we need to at least give him some credit. And the biggest one is this. If you listen to Landon Dickerson, what did he say? The Cowboys ran more 5-man fronts than we had ever seen. They put something on film that we hadn't seen. Well, actually, they did. They teased it a lot versus Arizona. So that lets me know, number 1, the Eagles weren't paying attention and weren't taking it serious. And number 2, that's not our problem that you guys weren't ready. That's why you scheme. That's why you throw curveballs at these offensive coordinators to see how they handle it. They could not run the ball. Literally, Saquon Barkley, the great Saquon Barkley, averaged 2 yards a carry versus the Cowboys. That is incredible. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care who they're missing. For him to only have 22 rushing yards, and it's like, oh, yeah, put in Tank Bigsby. Man, okay, maybe he would have did a little bit better. But the Cowboys had their number on the ground. They had their number in the pass game, especially in the second half. They shut them out. Matt Eberflus deserves credit for that. He deserves credit for pressing different buttons. He's blitzed a lot more. He's shown pressure. He's backed out. And at the end of the day, even the corners, when they get beat, at least they get a guy to the ground. At least they tackle. You see Hooker tackling. You see Donald tackling. They're not going to be perfect. They're not. The personnel, what we have back there, it's okay. It's not amazing in the secondary. But at least they're doing tangible things to show that this defense, I wrote it down. This defense is actually improving. What do you guys think that the future has for this defense? Do you think this defense can keep ascending? How will they play versus the Kansas City Chiefs? It's a bigger test, but I think that we'll be fine. What do you guys think that this defense needs? But I got to tell you, from what I'm seeing on film, okay, from what the numbers say, the defense is trending in the right direction. That's all I can ask. It's your boy Footsdaking as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you guys for growing me. I told you I'm coming in hot with film and takes this week, and I'm not playing. I don't get tired. I love you guys. Peace. All right, it's that time of the week. Sleeper, 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 wake up. The Cowboys coming off a big win. And guys, we're talking about this Thanksgiving Day game. I'm going to tell you, I really do like some of these plays, but there are some plays that I would stay away from. So we got to understand this. The Kansas City has a really good defense. I think that the Cowboys will move the ball, but I honestly think that this will now be more of a CeeDee Lamb game. I'm going over 76.5 yards. I just have a feeling that he's going to get back on track. Now, I don't like to do this, but I got a feeling that the way that we play our defenses, the way that we play our schemes, it may be a thing where they try to get Xavier Worthy going. So I'm going to go more than 34 yards because they have to, right? Like coverage and things are going to funnel to Rashee Rice. So I'm going to go less than 70 yards for Rice. I'm going to go less than a touchdown for Kelsey. He hasn't been playing well. And I'm actually going to go, Hunt may get going rushing. I don't think they'll have a huge game rushing, but let's just see what this gets us. And I'll give you guys more plays throughout the week. We may stay with this one, but let's just see what this gets us. So if we hit on that for $10, okay, and then we use the promo, you get all these free entries, but let's say we use the promo. Let's just submit the entry, okay? Guess what we get, guys? If we get 5 of these correct, we get $160. $160. You can't beat it. Sleeper, sleeper, sleeper. You guys make sure you lock in with Sleeper. Use code Foots. It helps me out a lot. It helps the channel out a lot. It's your boy Footsdaking as always. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing.